Hey everybody, that's right, it's me, and we're actually uploading the next part of this Let's Play. It's real, it's actually manifested into reality, it's out in the wild. Crazy. It's been a long journey to get this last bit of the episodes out under the way. I'm working on all of them as we speak. So I have most of them in the can. So that's good. Positive news, right? Just need to maintain a regular editing and upload cycle. But we're here, and after a whole bunch of nonsense has happened between my personal life, shoulder surgery, recovery, whole bunch of reviews, and a ton of other things, we're here. I asked you guys if you had any questions, I would answer them in this lovely episode, so without further ado, for those of you who don't really care about the Q&A section of this video, I'm going to be answering some questions, but you can go ahead and skip to this portion. I think it in the video, or in the description somewhere, you'll find it. That is when the Let's Play portion of this video will actually begin. Until then, we're going to be doing some quick Q&As with some of the questions you guys had asked me over in the community tab of this lovely YouTube page. So, without further ado, let's answer some questions. Von Zubin asks, no Miles Morales? So I am not exactly sure what I'm going to do. The likely answer and the likely scenario is going to be, and this is in regards to a review for Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PlayStation 5. The likely answer is probably going to be a probably not. Because, if I'm being honest with you guys, I am a little bit discouraged. I've been doing YouTube reviews for a very, very long time. Almost 10 years I've been uploading videos on this YouTube channel. And I haven't exactly gained the audience that I think I would have liked to by now. I've had other YouTube channels that have come up and have even superseded me, if not passed me outright, whether it be marginally or otherwise, that have come up in lesser time and have blown up 10 times bigger than I could ever have. I don't know any industry officials, I don't have any contacts, I haven't even been sponsored yet, so that's kind of a thing too. Meanwhile, half these people have been, and so on and so forth. I can go on and on. But after spending so much time, especially in the beginning when I still am writing all my reviews, but doing all my own editing and recording everything, I mean, it got really, really tough to continue to do that and to not feel burnt out and not feel kind of disappointed anytime these videos tend to not do really well. And so because of that, I probably won't be doing a review for Miles Morales. I just don't see it beneficial to this channel anymore. I don't see it beneficial to me, really. Don't get me wrong, I know I have my own community here, and I know a lot of you guys love watching my stuff, and I appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you for that. But in terms of overall channel growth, I'm not seeing it. So I don't really know what to do next. I don't know how to grow, and I don't know what to do. But I just know that doing what I'm doing isn't working. So I'm kind of a little bit discouraged, and I'm not sure if I want to keep continuing to go down that road, which is why Web of Shadows might end up being my last review. So, never say never. We don't know how things go in the future, but for now, anyways, I think I'm done. Super Saiyan Randy asks, what are your thoughts on the webhead and his smaller screen adaptations? Ultimate Spectacular 90s. So this question is going to take forever to answer, so I'm just going to very, very much try to cliff notes this. 90s, I grew up on, so I have a special place in my heart for it. Hasn't aged well, animations are kind of janky, and it was muddled by a lot of censorship garbage and just Avi Arad getting his meddling fat fingers and everything and trying to sell toys. But it's how I was exposed to Spider-Man, and I will forever love that series, even throughout all of its faults. Ultimate is kind of a show that I'm indifferent to. I see the good and bad in it. I love the designs in Ultimate. I think their art style, at least in the initial seasons when they had a budget, were really, really good. Animations were really, really good. The stories that they told suck, though, and that was the worst thing about that show. It was like Spider-Man meets Family Guy, and I just wasn't for it. Spectacular Spider-Man is a show that I actually grew to love, because when it first came out, I was very, very hesitant on jumping on board with that show, just because design-wise, it's probably the least interesting out of all of them. I thought it was very simple looking, and I didn't like the way that things looked in that show. But when I finally gave it a shot, and I actually watched a couple of episodes when I took a trip down to New York one year, I don't remember when it was, but it had to have been like 2012 around-ish. But when I finally saw an episode of the show, I fell in love with Spectacular Spider-Man because storytelling in that show was just the best, and it still stands as probably the best Spider-Man medium outside of maybe Into the Spider-Verse that captures the essence of what Spider-Man and Peter Parker are and can be to a lot of people. And so for that, it's number one in terms of just overall. And of course, like even with the simple designs, if we get into the nitty-gritty and stuff, with the simple designs, it allowed them to actually animate things so much smoothly than in the 90s or even in Unlimited or any of those older shows. And the action in Spectacular is just superb. I can't say enough good things about it. It's an amazing show. Judah DeVille asks, do you watch YouTube channels like Godzilla Mendoza, Comic Tropes, and Spider Talk? No, I don't. Their stuff is in my recommended feed a lot. And I don't really tend to watch any of their stuff, not because I'm not interested in it or I think they're like terrible content creators, because I don't. Like, I know they're good dudes. I know they post a lot of good stuff. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in the thousands and thousands of subscriber lists. But I just... thing with me is, I don't like mob mentality. Mob mentality to me is kind of one of the worst things about YouTube, is when somebody who's really popular has an opinion and decides to share that opinion, everybody who watches that guy or follows that guy then starts to treat that opinion as fact. And that's not what I want to do with anything ever. So it's why I kind of tend to avoid anybody with a decent following that does similar content to what I do, because I don't want it to influence the way that I think. I think the way I do, I say what I do because of how I feel and not because of anyone else. Maybe when it's all said and done, I might watch a few things of theirs, but for now, definitely I'm not really interested in watching any of their stuff. What I do watch on YouTube is kind of weird stuff. I like watching a lot of speedruns. I like watching a lot of old video games that I grew up with being played by people who know how to play them a lot better than I do. And I kind of just watch, depending on my mood, kind of like documentaries. Whether it's things like Defunctland, or even shout-outs to Defunctland, like he's awesome. Or even things like, forget the name of the channel, is it Brave Wilderness? I think with Coyote Peterson. Like, I love watching that stuff. Like, I'm really big into nature, and I'm really big into history. So those are things that I really love watching. But other content creators similar to what I do, I don't, not my cup of tea. D-Rex asks, would you rather have full creative control, so final say on what kind of Spider-Man project, given of course you have a large, talented, passionate team working under you? Live-action movie, animated movie, live-action TV series, animated TV series, or video game adaptation? And could you give some reasoning and a few ideas you might have? This is a tough question, because I have two answers, and they're both coming from my heart and my head. And that's how conflicted I am that I pointed to the wrong body parts as I was saying that. So, in my head, I would love to make a Spider-Man movie, because making movies just seems like a really challenging but fun process, and it's something that I haven't done but I wanted to do. For those of you who kind of followed me since the beginning, know that you could kind of tell that I was trying to do like something of a, not so much of a cinematic universe, but trying to do kind of a narrative that tied together all my reviews. And I ended up not following through with it because it was just a lot more work than I really needed at that time, trying to create a sub-story within the reviews, and then, yeah, it was just tough. But I was very clearly influenced by people who like Maximilian, for example. Maximilian dude, who is also a YouTuber. Back when he was doing YouTube in his early days, he used to do a lot of Assist Me. And Assist Me very much influenced the way that I wanted to approach doing my reviews, at least early on. So that's why you see a whole bunch of random things like me putting in a game and it coming out a different game or whatever. So movies has always been something that I kind of wanted to do. It's been like a secret dream of mine. But in my heart, I think the real answer and the most satisfying answer for me would be video games. Because I know a lot about video games. I've had a lot of experience with video games. I'm no developer. I don't know how to code. I don't know how to program. But I have ideas in my head, and I'm a very creative person. So I feel like if I have a team underneath me and I'm able to explain the things that, as a director, that I would like to see, a creative director, the type of things I would like to see in a Spider-Man game, have a team that could actually pull that off, I think we can make magic. Especially if the budget is right and you know, all the factors that come into making video games align themselves properly. The idea of creating something like a Spider-Man game that stands the test of time that people will look back on and be like, that's the game. You know, that idea is very attractive to me, and it's something that I would like to do. It's like a secret goal of mine, is being involved in a Spider-Man game one way or another, having something of my doing influence a Spider-Man game for the positive and not the negative, because if it sucks, I'll never be able to live that down. In terms of ideas, I don't really have any per se, because this was very on the spot, but if I were to create a Spider-Man game, I would like to make it a trilogy, and I would like to kind of have it focused around essentially screwing with Peter Parker, like just not making it a misery simulator, but kind of going the way of Gwen Stacy's death, being tortured by the Goblin, and then of course everything that we know happens with the Goblin happens. But then a new Goblin comes around, and the Hobgoblin, and it screws with Peter, and Peter is just all beside himself. Meanwhile, his friendship with Harry is estranged because his father's dead, and so on and so forth. And Peter ends up going down a dark path because he doesn't know how to grieve the loss of Gwen. And he ends up getting consumed by a symbiote, which just enhances all that stuff, and it just further detaches him and Harry's relationship until Harry finds out that his dad was the Goblin, and that Peter killed him, and then, you know, that whole conflict. And that would ultimately end the third game between the two squaring off. Essentially what the Raimi films tried to do but butchered. That would be kind of what I would want to do, but I would love to make it more of a personal story. In terms of just ideas being spitball, that would be what I would like to do. Raph asks, what Spider-Man story would you like to see be adapted on screen? Unfortunately, the two that I would really like to see have already been done, and they butchered them both, and that's Death of Gwen Stacy and the Venom Saga. Because this modern incarnation of Spider-Man in the cinematic universe is just so far removed from anything that is actually Spidey, just outside of his name, I guess, and suit. I have no interest in seeing what Marvel can concoct in terms of even matching anything tonally close to those stories in their current cinematic universe. It just won't work, and so I have no interest in seeing it. They tried it, they butchered it. So for now, until we get another Spider-Man reboot in like 3 years or so, I have no interest in really seeing anything of the sort. But those would be the two. If done properly, I think they could be amazing. Molt-ID asked a lot of questions, so I'm going to try and get through these as quickly as I can. He wonders, why make Web of Shadows my final review, and if you could, what was the deal with that Spidey Does Impressions video? Good luck on your future endeavors. That's his first question. So, Web of Shadows was never planned to be my final review. My final review was intended to be The Amazing Spider-Man 2, because when I originally started making these videos, I started in about the tail end of 2012. Like around November is when I initially started writing and recording all my stuff for Spider-Man 2000. And I think in January was when that review came out. But before then, I was in a relationship, and everything in that relationship went south in late December, like around Christmas time. And because of that, all the plans I had went out the window. So I had planned to do reviews for every single Spider-Man game that I had owned at that time. And at that time, it was Spider-Man 2000, Spider-Man the movie, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Shattered Dimensions, and The Amazing Spider-Man 1. Those were the games that I owned at that time, and I was planning on doing all of them in like a marathon for that entire year up until The Amazing Spider-Man 2 released. But because that relationship broke down in the middle of me trying to get the first review up, and then on top of that, I had college that spring semester, was just starting out. I was in a really, really bad place with a lot of things happening, and I just didn't have the time. I didn't have the time, and I didn't have the reserve, really. I was just emotionally exhausted at that point in time because of everything that was happening and me trying to patch up a relationship that was impossible to, and diverting all of my energy and my time into trying to fix something that somebody else didn't really care to fix. And because of that, it kind of pushed everything back. Then The Amazing Spider-Man 2 came out, and then I ended up getting copies of games that I was missing in my library. I think one of my friends ended up gifting me, he ended up letting me borrow Enter Electro, and I did a review on that really quick, and then after that I was just like, I might as well go in order. And then, after trying to go in order, again, it screwed everything up, and then I just got really, really just fed up with trying to go in order, and I was like, you know what? There are certain videos that I know people who are subscribed to this channel want to see more than others. So to kind of make good with them, I decided, okay, I'm going to skip this. I'm going to do this review next. So that's why I kind of went from doing, like, things in order to all of a sudden skipping to doing other reviews, and then Spider-Man 3 came out, and then, you know, all that stuff. Like, I was trying to go in order, things got screwed up, life happened, and it just so happened to work out that Web of Shadows was the last game on my list that I wanted to do. I was going to do it before Spider-Man PS4 came out, but I wanted to kind of jump on the gun before everybody started uploading their Spider-Man PS4 reviews. I wanted to kind of be first, but I never got that done in time because life. So I was really late. I was still within release month, but I wasn't, like, release day, unfortunately. But yeah, that's the reason why. In regards to your question about the impressions video, so that was a somewhat of a, like, God, I don't remember the exact terms of what we agreed upon, but there was something that I agreed to with a friend of mine who was like, hey, if this happens or whatever, if you manage to reach this, then you should do an impressions video, because she really liked the fact that I could do impressions. And she was just like, you should go into voiceover because you can do a bunch of impressions. And I was like, oh, really? And yeah, I ended up meeting a goal of some kind. I think that was the whole plan behind it. And so I just did an impressions video for shits and giggles because that was the goal. And I was like, if you guys want to see it, I'll do it. And I did it. And that's the story behind it, really. From as much as I can remember, it's been a long time. Another question. Well, what do you prefer, the 90s Spider-Man series or the short-lived Spectacular cartoon? I bet you love the hell out of the former, but I never hear you talk about the latter. Probably because of how everyone has said everything positive about it, but still. No. I love Spectacular Spider-Man. I grew up on the 90s, obviously, but I love Spectacular Spider-Man. It's an amazing show, and I guess I answered your question earlier in regards to how I feel about it. It's a great show, and I would highly recommend anybody who hasn't watched it to pick up a copy of the 2 seasons that are available for the show. Unfortunately, it should have a lot more, but I digress. But it's an amazing show with a very, very great cast. I mean, John DiMaggio is Hammerhead, Josh Keaton is Spider-Man, Keith David as Tombstone. Perfection. You don't get any better than that show. It's great. Last question from Alt-ID. Sorry if this is like my 9,003rd question. All right, dude, going to cut you off right there. Never, ever, ever feel bad about asking me questions, ever. I really enjoy you guys asking me questions, and I don't mind answering anything ever. As a matter of fact, I appreciate the fact that you guys value my opinion in such regard that you're asking me questions. Like, to me, that's awesome. It's the reason why I have a questions tab in my Discord page, which if you don't follow will be linked down below. But nobody asks me anything, so I guess I have it for nothing. But nonetheless, I enjoy the questions. Never feel bad about asking me anything. It's why I try to do my best whenever people start typing in the comments in my videos to answer everybody, because I don't want to leave anybody behind, and I enjoy the discussion and the camaraderie with everybody, so don't feel bad. But do you think Yuri is the best Spider-Man? If you don't, would you be okay if, say, Josh or Chris, he's talking about Josh Keaton or Christopher Daniel Barnes, took over the role in the Insomniac Spider-Verse? That decision would anger a lot of people, but personally, I wouldn't mind it, which leads me to my next question. Are you of the opinion that changing actors is acceptable if either 1, the replacement sounds the same, or 2, the new voice sounds better, so in this case, the consistency doesn't matter much? Yuri's great, but I wouldn't have him as, like, the best Spider-Man. No. I think the best Spider-Man is Josh Keaton. In my personal list, Keaton, Barnes, Lowenthal, Romano. That's about how it goes. Everybody else is kind of wishy-washy. I know people really like Neil Patrick Harris. He doesn't work for me because I think he sounds a little too robotic, and I think that's why I don't like him as much. That's what I remember from the new animated series specifically, and I don't really enjoy it all that well. He was fine in Shattered Dimensions, but in new animated series, it didn't really jive with me. So that's my list. He's great. He's amazing, but he's not my number 1. That's going to be Josh, because Josh hits so many emotional beats and so many levels with Spidey in the various projects that he was allowed to be Spider-Man for, which is why he's my number 1. Daniel Barnes, because, I mean, I grew up on him, so it's kind of a bias, but he's really good too. I mean, Shocker. Shocker! Well, those are all the questions. Let's get on with this Let's Play, shall we? I think I've talked long enough. Let's do this. And so we're back with the next part of this Let's Play. We get to save Charles Standish Blandish and his incredible man bun now. We didn't get to see a whole lot of this in action, so I think I'm going to leave it for now.
Me.
In the very last
This curry is legit.
So what do we know about
video.
Charles Standish?
Let's see. Chief Financial Officer at Oscorp. Single. Known for his art collection.
If Lee's after him, it's gotta be related to Devil's Breath.
I'll run a search on everything in that file.
Let me know the second you find something. I think Lee might be planning something even worse than City Hall.
So, are we partners now? Because it sure feels like we are.
Partners. Sounds good.
Okay. See ya, partner.
up. There we go. Here we are.
Do we have an update on the situation in Clinton?
Do we have an update on the situation in Clinton? That's a very important question. I guess not. I guess not.
Police look like they could use some help.
Let's go beat up some demons. You just shot me with no spider sounds. Like what? Stick around. Guessing that you didn't fly there. Like that. Bye-bye. Now we get to beat up some more demons. It's great times all around here. I will say, though, that Standish's apartment is one of my favorite interiors in the game. I kind of wish... I mean, like, the closest that we had to something similar to what his interior, his apartment complex looks like is the Speakeasy Hammerhead base in the Turf Wars DLC. Like that.
You're hurt. I'm okay.
That Speakeasy
But you
base
gotta find Mr.
looks
Standish,
amazing.
Fast. Those guys in the masks kidnapped him and forced him up to his place. He lives in the penthouse, top floor.
Okay, sit tight. So glad you're here. I can't find my car. I could have sworn I parked on this level.
That's not what I wanted to do, but we'll go with it. Come on and slam. Sit there for a minute. Surprised I went through the pillar. Hold that. Up you go. Oh, you don't get to shoot Spider-Man today. Don't touch you. I have issue. Ow, you kicked me, and then the web went too late, so the other guy hit me too. Now you're gonna get plastered to the wall. You guys tell that I haven't played this in a while, because I'm actually taking hits. But I normally wouldn't be. But then again, I am just kind of goofing around, so there's that. Big boy. Okay.
You guys work here too? This building is serious about parking enforcement.
Take your vitamins. I don't know why that guy was all the way over there. What are you doing? Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this or not. I did change the difficulty to Ultimate because it was kind of getting a little easy on Amazing. I know some of you asked why I did it, and it was more to just kind of casually play, but I've been playing this game so much. I'm playing this game way too much, to the point where Ultimate is basically my casual. So.
Should be able to make it up to the penthouse.
Yoinkers. Nighty night. Okay, I guess I got stuck there. Hey, dude. For every two of the, at least in this first part, there's gonna be a dude. Might as well swap that over. Could always shoot him. That knocks him out too. Weirdly enough.
Okay, almost there. Stay out of the light.
Wasn't enough yet. Wall crawling is probably my least favorite thing about this game. It is, without question, one of the most janky things about Spider-Man PS4, and it's something that I really, really hope that they fix in Miles Morales. It's something that should feel natural, and it's one of the rare things about Spider-Man PS4 that doesn't work, is the wall crawling. Everything else works together in tandem almost beautifully. But for whatever reason, wall crawling just does not feel good in this game. It's very stiff, very rugged. And it's very cumbersome at times, too, especially when you're in combat and you manage to do something near a wall. Somebody, yep. Whenever you do something like near a wall and Spider-Man just kind of gravitates towards it and magnetizes on it, you can't get off that damn wall fast enough to be able to save by the elevator. You can't get off the wall fast enough in order to be able to proceed with whatever it is you want to do combat-wise. Like right there, that's a perfect example. It just takes so long for you to be able to jump off. Usually when an enemy is attacking you, they, especially on Ultimate, they attack you pretty fast. So you don't really have a whole lot of time to react.
Seriously? Uh-oh. Not good.
Off. And here we are. Standish's beautiful apartment. This guy, you know he works for a...
There's Standish.
You know he works for a multi-millionaire, billionaire probably company. Because,
Enter your password.
a loft like this in New York City, not exactly cheap. Okay.
He sounds nervous. Maybe I should take him out.
Stealthy does it. Hey, dude, I think you lost this. Okay. I could always impact webbing him, but I think I'm gonna go for a takedown to refill on some stuff. Let's see. Attracting anyone. There we go.
Lights out.
Rip to you. Bonk. Look at that. This guy's even got a pool out here and everything. Like, can I live somewhere like this? That'd be nice. Ah, big boy. Okay. Hope these beams can support you. Hey, friend.
Sleep it off.
Don't mind me. We don't. Damn. Okay. Was gonna say I could probably get that guy with a well-placed. I don't want to waste impact webbing. What I'm gonna do is wait for him to come over this way. And you're golden. Got my trip mine. Let's extract you. Perfect. We did it. Demon Swordsman coming up. Think. Oh no, we missed a guy. Yoink.
Literally didn't see that coming.
It should be Demon Swordsman now, I Thank.
Okay, all clear. Hope Standish is all right.
Right. Getting ahead of myself, sorry. So I want to get the takedown on this guy. I want to get the special takedown on him. Let's see if we can get 2 bars here.
Yeah, I'll be honest. That one looks better broken.
Ah, you... Okay. No, he did the wrong one! I hate this stupid animation.
Let's try this again.
Well, we're moving on.
It's safe now. What were they after?
Demon swordsmen have a very rare animation that only plays
Devil's breath?
every now and then.
Why do they
And there's
want
only a
it?
handful of them in this
I know what
game,
it is.
and this is one of the...
Mr. Osborn's been pouring money
One of
into
them.
it for years, but he keeps the whole project a secret. I'm the only one who has any record of it.
Not anymore. Looks like they copied some records to a secure server. Payroll information. On a Dr. Isaac Delaney. Who is he?
I honestly don't know.
Down!
Come on!
Wait, the elevator! Hold on! Almost got him!
Try to fall slower.
Try to fall slower! Gotcha. You okay?
Just watching that makes
I
me
think so.
feel like my shoulder ripped out of its socket again.
You know, as elevator shafts go, this is pretty nice.
How I felt like after surgery. That sudden stop is what really gets you. After everything that I've gone through with my surgery and my recovery, like, I feel everything with my shoulder now. And so just seeing things like that just, like, gives me PTSD to how I felt shortly after surgery. Because everything
Hey,
hurt.
You
Everything.
okay?
Yeah, but I didn't get much out of Standish before these Sable guys stepped in and told me to back off. What's the deal?
I get the sense all they care about is keeping him quiet.
Because he knows about Devil's Breath.
Right. Whatever the hell that is.
I'm working on that. I think I just got a lead.
A lead? You sound like a cop.
Don't you mean... Spider Cop? Yuri? That's fair.
That's fair. I love this shot in this game. I don't know why. I love how the moon reflects off the suit even though it's in the wrong
Peter,
place, but
what happened with Standish?
He's safe.
still.
Okay, good. And the demons?
We were looking for a name. You got a pen?
Dr. Morgan
go.
Michaels.
Dr. Isaac Delaney.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
I was hoping you could tell me.
I'm on it. Just give me a few. Oh, and before I forget, you left that tracker from Tombstones at my place. I'll drop it at Dr. Octavius's lab. Let you know what I find on Delaney.
So yeah, as I was saying, when I got my shoulder surgery and when I was initially coming out of the surgery ward, those first 2 or 3 months of recovery were the worst because I felt everything. Every bump on the road, I felt it. Every sneeze, oh my god, sneezing was the worst. I felt all of that pain. It's just, it's an electroshock that goes through your body and it's just like, you're hurt. You're hurt. Let me tell you, man, you don't know how much you depend on your shoulders until you have one of them gone, and then you realize how much things kind of suck without them, without being able to use one of them. So, that's my little short story. Don't mind me.
Another camera. Gotta be Black Cat.
Over that way.
Are you jealous I'm visiting my other man? I hope so. But you should know bad boys aren't my type.
You're right,
What are you doing
Erica.
this for,
Mothmen
Shaq?
are your
You
type.
know I'm gonna catch you.
Shoutouts to Erica Lindbeck. She's pretty awesome.
Hey, do you have time to check something out for me?
No, but if you ask nicely.
Just
Ah, right, the
suspicious
Taskmaster
bombs on
bomb.
a rooftop in Hell's Kitchen. I could call in the bomb squad, but if it's just some kid's science project.
Yeah, I know. Budget crisis. Yada, yada, yada. So...
Will you please check it out?
there's the magic word. I hope it's some kid's science project. Man, I miss those days. School projects are so much easier than real-life projects.
Unless you get saddled with a lazy bum, and then yeah, it becomes 10 times more harder. You having to carry an entire project.
Grade. Weird.
Spider-Man, so you found one of my recon points.
Who is this?
Wrong question. The correct one is, can you stop the bombs I've planted?
You know, after playing a ton of the Avengers beta, I miss this Taskmaster voice, as opposed to, it's called photographic reflexes. Ugh.
1034. Demons have opened fire. Officers...
I won't do that. I'll take care of this crime instead. So let's go be a Spooderman.
That shootout's gonna get someone killed.
Hello.
Officers, pull your wounded back. I'll handle this.
Hello? Random rocket, you jerk. Stop it. Get some help. Hey, you. Stop. And you.
Missed a call from Aunt May.
There you go, curbside delivery.
Spoke to Miles' mother, and she loved the idea of him working here. Oh, the poor woman's grieving herself while trying to be strong for her son. She needs some time to just grieve, and he needs to see that life's still worth living. That was a very thoughtful suggestion, Peter. The kind that would have made Ben proud.
Just a random way to hang up. Oh, right, it was a message. Alrighty, where do we go from here? We have a ton of things. Hey, another crime.
MJ, what did you find out about Isaac Delaney?
Check out the picture I just sent.
Which one is Delaney?
I don't know. Guess you'll have to go to the party to find out.
Good thing I already have a costume.
Gotta throw 3 enemies. Okay. Hello? There we go. Okay. I'll take my gadgets back, thank you very much. Meanwhile, could you disable people just stop shooting? Be very
I know
nice.
I did your job for you, but no need to pay me. Action is my reward.
I don't know if I want to swap suits for this, this party here. Kind of want to, kind of don't. I'm a little indecisive about it. Because I haven't spent that much time with the suit. So you know what, we'll do a side mission before we get on with the thing. Just so I can spend a little bit more time with the Iron Spider suit.
Are you okay,
Just a
ma'am?
smidge more time.
Carmen, and I'm fine. It's my husband Rodrigo. He's been acting weird, and I just found out he's meeting this woman.
Well, listen, I'm not the best person to help with relationship problems.
It's not like that. I think she's involved with bad people. Rodrigo might be in real trouble. He's scared, but he won't tell me anything.
I can check it out. Any idea when he's meeting her next?
Tonight, by the detox center in Greenwich.
Okay. Don't worry, Carmen. I'll find out what's going on. Detox center's not far.
Let's do it!
Sent me Rodrigo's picture. Let's see if I can find him.
Making our way downtown, swaying in fast. I'll stop, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm gonna ban myself from my own YouTube.
That's Rodrigo. He's really nervous.
God, I wish this game had a
Doesn't
unlimited
seem like a
suit.
girlfriend.
I really
Take a photo
do.
and see if Carmen recognizes her.
You better not hold anything back.
Why would I? If that picture, my life's over.
Give me the plans and it won't.
Nice clear image.
Very nice. Looks good.
Somebody can see me, but
And I leaked the photo.
she doesn't. Somebody just shouted, "Yo, Spider-Man!"
Plans. This sounds bigger than I thought. I better follow the blackmailer and find out how big.
Follow, follow,
I'm
follow.
uploading a photo to you. Does this woman look familiar?
No, I've never seen her. What were they talking about?
Sounds like she's blackmailing him. She mentioned something about plans.
My husband works security at a casino in Atlantic City.
She could be planning a heist, but I'll need more evidence before I can do anything.
Let me know if I can help.
All right. I'm gonna see where she's taking the plans. I'll be in touch.
Alrighty. Don't mind me. I love doing air tricks.
Another victim or an accomplice? I need a photo. No perches with a good angle on this new guy. Looks like it's the underside of the High Line. Just what I needed.
Took you long enough. Get it?
Yeah. As soon as he saw the photo, he fell in line.
Rodrigo always was a sucker. Boss will be happy. Let's see the plans. That's what I'm talking about. Gotta catch my train. Don't want to keep the boss waiting. Tonight's gonna be our biggest score yet.
Hell yeah.
Hell
People are
yeah.
in on this. I've got to follow him. Where's he getting off?
Okay.
Tapping into the train system should help me follow the train's path.
Well, it's a good thing we have this suit on, because this would make a whole lot more sense.
Carmen, the blackmailer met some guy under the High Line. Sounded like you knew your husband. I'm sending you the photo.
That's Deshaun, Rodrigo's best friend from college. He went to prison
Some
years
friend.
ago on a robbery charge.
Casino plans and a criminal record. Not a great combination. I need to find out who else is in on it.
If they're hitting the casino, they'll need at least a wheelman and a safecracker. I watch a lot of heist movies.
Sounds like it. I'll let you know what I find out.
That was close. I actually did this mission when I first started playing this game, and I ended up... Like, I think it was here, actually, or the one before, I don't remember, but I ended up swinging really low, close to the train, and I swung on the train, ran on the train. And because the train was going underneath like that, I ended up clipping through one of these buildings, and I couldn't get out. It was a really weird glitch. I've never been able to replicate
Get
it.
over near the subway exit and wait for him to get out.
But ever since that happened, I've been very wary about getting too close to the train there.
He's heading for that office building.
Don't mind me.
Got the plans, boss.
Good.
Okay, gotta go around.
Put the schedule on the monitor. I put out hires on white. Mark their positions on the map.
You hired me in the drive. Practically a kid.
My brother's kid. We can't trust him. Anyway,
Nikon Roman.
he's already picking up our safety.
Let's go bowling, cousin.
Roman's ready and we are running late. Let's roll.
They're on the move. I have all the evidence I need. Now I just have to stop that car.
Let's do it. Look out, Sable Dude.
What the hell? Spider-Man?
Okay. Hey, now cut that out. Did your mother ever teach you it was rude to point? You too, Nico. What's wrong with you? Bunch of rude passengers. You are not getting 5 stars on this rating. This is the worst Uber I've ever taken. Well, that's stuck. Yeah, stick around. Sorry about your truck.
I love it when a plan falls apart. Hey, Carmen. Your husband's pal and his team just had their trip to beautiful Atlantic City canceled.
Thank you. I spoke to Rodrigo. That blackmail photo shows him driving the night Deshaun committed the robbery. But Rodrigo didn't know about it. He was just picking up his friend.
I've got a contact on the force. She'll help Rodrigo, especially if he'll agree to testify about the blackmail.
He will. Or I'll show him he needs to be a lot more afraid of me than Deshaun.
Wepa. There you go. That's how you, yeah. That's how you, assert your dominance as a Hispanic woman. Alright, I'm swapping suits here. I don't know if I'm gonna go all new, all different. Yeah, why not? Why not? It's a good suit. I like this suit a lot. It's one of my faves. Especially at nighttime. This suit looks amazing at nighttime. The daytime, I'm not too big of a fan of the baby blue, but nighttime, this suit really pops, and it's due to the green accents around the eyes, and of course, the spider symbol on his chest. Really looking forward to, hello.
There are easier ways to make money, guys.
Here, launch.
Message from Doc.
Sorry to call so late. My mind's bursting with ideas. We've been thinking too small, Peter. Why replace experiments with vaccines when we can improve upon them? People who've lost an arm...
Bam, bam.
But we can give them something better. The human body doesn't need to be our default. We can go so far beyond it. Just some thoughts to conjure with.
Doc's really giving it both barrels. He doesn't burn himself out.
That's all she wrote. We're out. Okay. Sweet. A lot of people are, a lot of people in Insomniac Games Discord server. Not a lot of people. I don't want to say that. I don't want to sound egotistical, but there's a certain amount of people that are, wow, that texture pop in. I've never had it be that bad.
Halloween party. Guess I don't have to change.
There's a couple of people that have been saying, hey, you're probably going to get an Easter egg put into the next game because of all your combat videos and all the cool things that you posted on the Discord server. And I'm like, there's no way. There is no way. That would be too much work for an artist or developer or programmer to put something in related to me because of my contributions to this, to the combat scene for this game.
Delaney is here somewhere.
Especially when,
Find him before leaving.
I mean, look, Greg Miller's in this game. So I don't foresee that happening.
Excuse me, are you Dr. Delaney?
Ah, Spider-Man, my nemesis. You won't catch me this time.
Oh no, smoke. Whatever will I do?
This is the end for you, Spider-Man. Now I have you.
Dodge.
Hey, what's wrong with you? I worked on that helmet for a week.
I need to find Dr. Delaney.
He's out in the party somewhere. Who are you?
I'm your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Smartass.
I love how she doesn't believe that after she literally got her helmet webbed off. So it's like, yeah, you might have a doctorate. You might be super smart, but your brain didn't seem to be working there, at least.
That guy throwing down candy could be Dr. Delaney.
Parkour,
Find a way
parkour.
up there. I'm looking for Isaac Delaney.
I think he's on the dance floor. There he is.
Oh, look at those moves. Oh. I don't know if he's trying to swim or... Alrighty.
Hey, look, it's Spider-Boy. Isn't someone of your nemesises? We gotta fight.
Maybe later.
Oh, what's the matter, Spider-Wimp? You afraid of my mighty horn?
Hey, who? What are you? Come on! Hey, fight! Kick his ass, Spider-Man! What the hell? Oh, snap!
See, these people realize it.
What do you want?
Sneaking in. Let's do this. This is Spider-Man. They've infiltrated the building.
Take it easy. Just tell me what you want.
This is a joke, right? Those aren't real guns.
Back, now!
Let him go!
Would have been cool if his glasses came off there.
Keep your head down!
Don't kill us!
You're down and out.
Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Good. Happy Halloween. How about some mood lighting?
Hey, pal. Stop hitting yourself. Hey. Oh, hey. Oh, that's very rude of you. This is very expensive equipment in here, and you're just willy-nilly shooting at it. What's wrong with you? People pay loans for those, you know. Hold that.
And where'd they take Delaney? There's Dr. Delaney.
Don't notice me.
Are you taking me?
Okay.
Who are you?
You recently began working with someone in an Oscorp lab.
How do you know that?
We don't have much time, Isaac. Tell me his name.
Show's over, Lee.
The one and only time Spider-Man actually deepens his voice to sound different than Peter Parker.
The show's not over.
His name, Dr. Morgan Michaels. Thank you.
No!
Remember the first time I saw that, I was like, holy shit, this game has balls. They actually showed that. No other Spider-Man game has ever gotten that dark before. Man, I just hate seeing plans blow up in your face like that, but it happens. Where are you? There you are. Where are you going? Whoa, hello. Good of you to stand there. Eat that. Eat that. Eat that one again. That one for a third time. And we're going down and out. Enjoy that.
That's all of them. Gotta find Lee.
Oh no. Toss that man. Toss him too. Stop doing that, Spider-Man.
You'll be okay later.
I think that guy's leg is broken. Spidey, I think you broke his leg. I think you actually broke his leg. I think his leg is actually broken.
If it helps, I felt bad doing that. Not that guy again. What did
There's
they
a
do to these people?
specific animation that plays when they come from behind and they try to hit you. Stop it.
Apologies.
Stop. Stop it. And that is all she wrote.
Yuri, I need your help.
Zombie.
I've got reports of shots fired at ESU.
Yeah, that's me. I'll explain later. But right now, you need to find a Dr. Morgan Michaels. Martin Lee's coming after him.
Copy that. Spider-Man, who is this Dr. Michaels?
I think he's the head scientist on this Devil's Breath project. Did you find him?
Yes and no. Sable says they have him under protection at a safe house somewhere in the city, but they won't tell me where.
I thought you guys were working together.
So did I.
Okay, I have an idea on how to find him. I'll let you know if it works.
Alright. Now we just gotta play the waiting game, as per usual. What do we have around here that we can do? Perhaps...
Hey, did you find Dr. Delaney at the party?
Yeah, but so did Lee.
Oh no, what happened?
Lee corrupted him and made him kill himself.
That's horrible. We have to stop this guy.
We will. Before Delaney died, he gave Lee a name. Morgan Michaels.
Morgan Michaels. Who is he?
Not sure, but I bet he works on the Devil's Breath project. Have you learned anything from that Devil's Breath file?
Yeah, get this. A few years ago, Osborn came to Fisk and asked him to build a lab, but to keep it hidden from regulators.
Secret lab? For Devil's Breath?
If it's as dangerous as we think it is, I can see why.
Where's the lab?
That's not in the file. Osborn made Fisk destroy all records.
I didn't want to get stuck there.
All I have are invoices from Osborn's
I was swinging so well.
construction. Knowing Fisk, he kept the invoices around for blackmail material on the mayor.
Everything leads back to Norman Osborn. Guess it's time to pay him a visit.
I doubt he's gonna tell.
Shh, Mary Jane, I have a plan.
Okay, that's how I can get into Norman's office. Can't get in there without shutting down some security systems.
Hopefully I don't screw this up on the first try. Hopefully I can manage to do this.
I should be able to hack into the security network modules from the outside. There are the network cables. Just need to follow them to the security module. There we go, a security module.
How'd you get off?
Looks like there's 4 of these around the building.
Ish.
That should make things easier.
What the hell? Security teams, call in. Sable Team Alpha.
They just have snipers set up already.
No problem. Copy that. Keep an eye on the exterior while we try to track.
Very 1984.
Just when I thought it would be easy.
Okay. Up.
All Sable teams. Looks like we have some sort of
Dude,
software problem.
stay on the building.
Calling in a specialist.
What are you
Copy that.
doing?
Continuing exterior sweep.
I'm holding R1. Please hack.
All agents, someone's taking control of one of our subsystems. Initiating Delta Protocol.
Man, everybody's got drones these days.
That was a good crack. Okay. The helicopters are what usually screw me.
Exterior sweep negative. We are all clear. Still look like a software issue? We don't know. We're evaluating. Please maintain current alert levels. Attention all Sable teams.
Stay on it.
There's a small possibility we have a trespasser on site.
Right.
We're analyzing
It's a
data
little
now.
bit lower.
Stay
I
vigilant.
remember
Copy that,
oh
Control.
boy. I remember correctly. It's over here. What the heck? Why is the game being dumb? Is it actually gonna make me be like, follow the path? It's gonna actually make me follow the path. I was a little bit higher. No, this is actually where I was. It's gonna make me follow the path. Just here to remind you guys, I really hate the wall crawling game. Oh, that was close.
There it is.
Damn it. Another subsystem is going offline. I need a team to scan the 85th floor exterior. Copy, Control. Bird inbound.
Gotta move.
I hear you. I'm moving.
Hi, MJ. A little busy right now.
I'll be quick. Listen, I got a lead on Charles Standish's location. I think if I can get to him, I can make him
Right
talk.
about here.
He knew about Dr. Delaney. He probably knows about Morgan Michaels as well.
Okay, just don't do anything crazy.
And that's that.
Nice. Now I can get into Norman's office and hopefully find out more about Morgan Michaels and Devil's Breath.
Exterior sweep negative. Should we go on lockdown? Not yet. Mr. Osborne is in the middle of an important call.
Well, at least I didn't get caught. Oh, that's nice. I'm way ahead of you. Blah, blah, blah.
Switching to a secure line. I'm way ahead of you, Wilson. I had my people go through all your files. If you try to expose our business arrangement, it'll be your word against mine. And I'm not the one behind bars right now.
Wait, is Norman talking to Wilson Fisk?
Yes.
Neo statue. What are you talking about?
The Neo statue from the auction house. They must be talking about that file MJ found.
Who has the file?
We do, Norman. But it doesn't tell us enough. Which is why I'm doing some slightly illegal but morally acceptable B&E right now.
Harmless son of a bitch! You're lying!
Oh, don't be too mad, Norman. We know you and Fisk built a secret Devil's Breath lab, but we still don't know where it is and what Michaels has to do with it. Let's hope your computer can tell us more.
Okay.
GR-27. Dr. Morgan Michaels is the chief scientist, but the location of the lab is redacted. AI-controlled CRISPR. If that actually works, it could cure any genetic disease. Cystic fibrosis?
Only something like that existed
It's
in
crazy.
real life.
Creepy. Whoa. GR-27 is Devil's Breath. It's designed to cure diseases, but in its current form, it's like a bioweapon. Dr. Michaels keeps the only sample with him at all times. That's why Lee wants him. We find Michaels, we find Devil's Breath.
Yersh. And that is that. Oh. Gonna load a cutscene. Oh, it's gonna load. Yeah, I know what part's next.
MJ, get this. Devil's Breath wasn't designed to be a weapon. It's a treatment for genetic disorders. But its current form is wildly imperfect. In trying to fix the body, it rips it apart. We need to locate Dr. Michaels. I don't trust Sable to contain something this deadly.
I may have a lead on that. Charles Standish is being held at Sable's Central Park compound. If anyone knows Michael's location, it'll be Oscorp's CFO. I'm trying to reach him now.
Reach him? That place is crawling with guards.
Skip that, please. The sooner we can get this garbage done, the better. I really dislike MJ's stealth sections because they don't add anything.
Reach him? That place is crawling with guards. How are you trying to reach him?
Very, very quietly. Gotta go, partner. Standish is somewhere in there. Gotta get past that guard.
So yeah, my main problem with MJ's stealth sections is that they don't add anything narratively. Like every time you do these, it obviously it's a pace breaker, and that's probably the biggest reason why I don't like them. But they also don't add anything to the story that she couldn't tell you in a few sentences, and it just feels like the game is diverting itself from Spider-Man in order to say, well, we have Mary Jane sections too. And I never like when a game does that. It feels forced. It feels contrived. It doesn't feel like it's a natural.
Gonna check on our house guest. Stay here.
It doesn't feel like it's naturally leading into something, especially with the way they do it.
He's here somewhere.
Because if it were to cut from Spider-Man's perspective at, say, inside of Oscorp, and have Mary Jane be doing this, and then obviously it shows us after she about to get shot, Peter on his way, like kind of like
What's that? Demons are killing anyone related to death.
I would do something similar to what like Metal Gear Solid 4 did, where you have on one side Mary Jane's section, and on the other side you see Peter kind of swinging toward her, so you can kind of feel him trying to rush to her instead of it just being like, oh well, 15 minutes later, this is what's happening, instead of 15 minutes earlier, this is what's happening. Have it just be more in current time, as opposed to just backtracking in order to tell something in the story a little bit more precisely. That is kind of unnecessary in my eyes. Like I said, you could have just said that this happened.
Won't distract him for long.
Especially when it comes to like the tombstone part. Like that to me is probably one of the most egregious examples of them just throwing in a stealth section without really needing to throw in a stealth section. Crap.
They're moving him. Have to find out where before we lose.
Well, I've been playing too much Avengers, so like. I'll wait for him to go back. I'm like pressing R2 to throw things, and it's not working out. Go away. Go back.
Clear.
On your 10.
Nothing to report, Control. Huh? Who's there? The hell was that?
Okay, don't mind me. Just gonna sneak on by.
Use a coffee. Get that truck moving. Should have been uptown half an hour ago. Copy. We're rolling.
I hear you. We're moving.
Go, go, go.
Hey, do you not see me moving?
Made it.
Bravo and Charlie are both on deck for Dr. Michaels' relocation.
Shut up.
What was that?
Me sneaking by.
Looks important.
Ah, crap.
Safe houses. If Dr. Michaels is in one of these, Standish might know which one.
Don't mind me. Yoinkers.
Again? What's up with these lights?
You get what you pay for. We'll turn it on. Sneak, sneak, sneak. Look at this guy running into a wall.
Close. Come on, come on.
Might have something controlled. Stand by.
That's that.
Charles Standish?
Holy crap!
Charles, where is Dr. Morgan Michaels?
Lee sent you. Didn't he?
Maybe.
No.
He wants to kill me? You tell him to do it. Do it himself.
I'm not with the demons. I'm not with Sable. I'm a reporter. And I want to see Lee stopped. Just like you.
Watson. I've read your byline. Sable won't listen to me. She has Michaels in the Bowery. They're moving him to a new safe house tomorrow at noon. But she's totally ignoring Grand Central.
Grand Central?
The demons were talking about it when they held me. They're going there to get...
To get what, Charles? What do the demons need to get at Grand Central?
What the...
Charles!
Oh!
What
That
the
was
hell?
not a Sable guy. Definitely not a Sable guy. Sorry, Charlie. Okay, time
Wait,
to go.
no! He knows something!
Time for Toxic Mary Jane session number 365 in this game. Ah, man.
Well, that was maybe the most awkward swing of my life. MJ is not happy.
Hey, okay, another thing. Sorry, Charlie. You knock a man out, destroy my background research, and the best you got is sorry, Charlie? Is everything a joke to you?
What? MJ, no, I screwed up. It was a tension breaker.
Tension breaker, right. You know, this is exactly why we broke up.
I thought we broke up so you could focus on your career.
We broke up because you wouldn't stop treating me like a baby. Don't do this, MJ. Don't do that, MJ. Oh, that's too dangerous, MJ. I may not have super spider powers, but I'm not made out of glass.
You snuck into the middle of an armed military... You know what? Can we not do this right now? Please? Did you learn anything about Dr. Michaels?
Fine. Michaels is in the Bowery somewhere. Sable's moving him tomorrow at noon.
Awesome. Anything else? Was he saying something about Grand Central before I jumped in?
He was... No. It was nothing. Listen, I gotta go, Peter. Filing deadline.
Peter. That's how you know she's still mad. Peter. Nice work, Mr. Superhero. Man, I'm worked up. Gotta blow off some steam on patrol.
God. I hate Mary Jane so much in this game. You know, the more I play this game, the more I really come to dislike her. She is just a toxic human being. Just utterly toxic. Like, I understand being babied is one of the most frustrating and annoying things, but you have to understand and come at it from Peter's perspective as well. Especially since she knows he's Spider-Man, and the reason why he is Spider-Man, he lost his uncle. His uncle was shot and killed because of his inability to act. And he loves her, clearly. So the fact that she is getting frustrated,
Hello?
she is openly putting herself in danger, and he is worried half to death because of it. It's just, it's fucking banal, is what it is. It is,
Mr. Parker is
it is frustrating.
someone more together than me.
How she cannot see how the way she is acting is why he's reacting the way that he does.
This or more therapy. He needs this. He just hate to feel like a victim or be pitied.
Gotcha. I'm the same way. I'll let Aunt May know. And I'll make sure I'm there his first day.
Thank you again. This means a lot to both of us.
This looks pretty cool. Don't mind me, I'm just cooling off. Hot summer day.
Officers respond. We've got a 10-10 narcotics in progress. Proceed to Sutton Place. Over.
That. Ow. Ah. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. You're rude. Well, what is in life, my friend? What is?
Knocking the ever-loving stuffing out of dealers is my anti-drug.
I grab some of that money.
Gotta split before the cops get here. Never know how they'll react to me.
Yeah, I did it. Alright, cool. Happy about that. He's talking trash to me. What the hell? I was barely in there for like a second. Alright, game. Here we go.
Peter, I'm about to begin another test.
Oh, sorry. My bus broke down and there were no cabs. But I'll be there as soon as I can.
That's what really irks me about Mary Jane in this game. It's like she understands the why of Peter's trauma, but she doesn't she doesn't care. She doesn't care to get why. I feel like she understands why. She doesn't care to get why though. She doesn't understand how what she's doing is affecting him. He's not doing anything out of malice. It's strictly to both protect her and protect himself because he wouldn't know what to do with himself if he lost her, as love tends to go with these relationships. I just dislike her. She's very toxic. I'm sorry. You like Mary Jane in this game, more
sorry
power
I'm late.
to you. But to me, she
Morning,
drives me up a
Parker.
wall.
Or is it evening? That doesn't matter. Check the neurosensors, would you?
Don't tell me what to
Faster
do.
response time. On it. Try to get it under 3 milliseconds.
The cat hair on my forehead. Shoutouts to Hunter. The best cat ever. Love him to death. Love him to death. Skippity doo dah.
Okay, looks like I could optimize this power relay. Nice. Okay, what next? Looks like some impedance in this neurosensor circuit. Finished.
I wonder if when Yuri Lowenthal was reading these lines, if he was just kind of like, what the hell am I saying? Yeah, you ever think that?
The noise is out of whack. A new signal processor should reduce lag.
I think that's the thing about voice actors, is like they'll say a bunch of lines. They'll say it so convincingly, but you have to know that in the back of their mind when they're reading these lines, they're just kind of like, what the hell am I saying?
I got it, Doc. 2.8 milliseconds. Good work, Peter.
I'd call that a mild success.
I call that unbelievable. Do you need some help?
Yes.
Poor Otto. Poor Otto.
Doctor, what's going on?
It's become that obvious. My doctors call it a degenerative neurological disorder. Probably caused by overexposure to toxic chemicals in my reckless youth.
Sorry, is there anything I can do?
You already are. The worst part is, it only affects the muscles. The mind continues to work, but it can no longer do. You're the only one who knows, Peter. I'd like to keep it that way.
Of course.
If you'd like to seek a position with more of a future.
I came here to work for you because of what you've got up here. And that's not going anywhere. So neither am I.
This relationship is so good. You go from... This is like a complete 180 from Mary Jane and Peter's relationship. Like...
Oh, Peter, before I forget, I read the most fascinating article. Outlines possible next steps for the neural interface.
I'll take a look. Thanks, Doc.
Like, the amount of... And it's what makes the ending of this game so heartbreaking, but the amount of admiration that Peter has for Otto in this game is amazing. Like, even when he's broke, he's lost his apartment, he hasn't gotten paid, he wants to be there for this guy because he realizes... He knows in his heart that Otto wants to help people. Unbeknownst to him that, like, he's conspiring and having all of this crap planned is going to be happening in future. But this idea of what Peter has in his mind, Otto to be as a person...
I remember the first day I interviewed here. Showed up with stains on my shirt, 10 minutes late from stopping a mugging. Still can't believe Doc hired me. Hope he doesn't regret it now.
And the way that their relationship blossoms throughout this game, you really don't want to see Otto become a bad guy.
Direct interface with the basal ganglia. Exciting, but risky. I don't know, Doc. You'll need a gallium silk array to make it work. Even then, odds of injury are pretty high.
Gallium! Genius! Never mind the risks. We'll work them out in time.
Doc's really sick. At this rate, he'll lose control of his motor functions within
There's a special kind of love that comes with a friendship like that, and it's heart wrenching. It breaks.
Personality. We need to proceed carefully. Doc, I'm sorry. My aunt just texted.
No worries, Peter. I was thinking of taking a break myself. As soon as I check our telemetry data.
You were saying? Sorry, I was at the door. Sorry, Doc. Alrighty. Well, I think for now, considering that we're an hour and almost 5 minutes in, this is going to be it for me. Yeah, this is going to be it for me. We'll continue the next part of this Let's Play, hopefully within a week from now, from whenever this is uploaded. As long as my editing schedule kind of keeps up to snuff, and things don't happen in life that prevent me from doing so. But yeah, for sure, we'll catch you back on the next time, after Anmei finishes talking.
Running late?
Nope, I'm actually on my way now. Have you heard from Miles?
No, but his mother said he was coming, so...
Good. I'll be there soon. Bye.
Alrighty, you guys take care. Have yourselves fantastic night, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever. Catch you on the next Let's Play.
All units.